Okay, so hi guys, it's Miss Lollipop and welcome back to another one of our videos, or welcome to my channel if you are new. So in today's video, we are back with another top 10 most realistic mods for The Sims 4 for the month of May. Now we are at the 20th of May, but that's okay because I'm going to do one for next month as well. So if you guys are like me and you struggle to enjoy The Sims 4, there's not really much depth to a lot of the gameplay that comes in The Sims 4. And two, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed with mods. There's a lot of bugs and there's a lot of things that should have been developed on in the normal game. These are a bunch of mods that sort of cover that and develop your gameplay and, you know, add a bunch of features whilst also sticking to being realistic and not going too like overboard with anything. So these are going to be my favorites of the month of May. And of course, as always, the links to the mods will be down in the description, so you can go ahead and click on those. It'll be 1 to 10. I'm also going to add timestamps on there as well, and timestamps throughout the video. So if you've already seen a mod or you want to skip to a specific mod in the video, you can go ahead and use the timestamps to do that. So I actually cover these mod videos every month quite regularly on my channel, and I will go ahead and put the playlist up in the top right hand eye. I've got all of my favorite mods throughout maybe a year or two worth of videos of mod collections. So if you want to go ahead and get yourself some more mods, go ahead and click the eye and it will link you to the playlist, and you can go ahead and go through those videos, and there's loads and loads of downloads for you to go through there. If you are new, I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that I make videos like these quite regularly on my channel, updating you guys with my new mods, and I also make Sim series videos as well. So if you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also ding the little notification bell, and you get notified every single time I upload, which means you'll never miss one of these mods videos as well. Also, you can go ahead and follow me on any of my social medias, which are just linked right here. I also stream on Twitch 4 times a week, so if you want to come follow me on Twitch, we have a really fun time over there and we play Sims and it's all chill. So I hope you'll come join me. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. First up on our list is the Kawaii Stacy's education system mod. So this is basically a revamp of the whole education system that comes with The Sims. So I've actually got our daughter Kaylin over here, who is going to be our dummy sim for today. Now don't get me wrong, all of these mods are quite they're quite extensive, so I'm not going to be able to cover every single feature that this mod offers, but I will cover some of my favorites that I personally love to use in my own game. And obviously you guys can go ahead and discover through the other features yourself, or you can head to the website of the mods and you can read through and you'll find all the information there and all the features. You have the ability to do a bunch of extra features whilst your sim is at school for children and for teenagers as well. So you can see we can do homework in class. You can also have them listen to the teacher, which will increase their school performance. You can have them make friends, which will have them, you know, go out to school, make a bunch of friends. You can make enemies. You can also sleep in class if your sim is really tired and you want them to catch up on some sleep. One of the other main things that happens whilst they're at school is they earn skills. So you might be able to see, but if we hover over like, let me go over mental skills. So we're on 3% right now, right? Okay, did you just see that? So just cross over into 4%. So although it's quite slow, Kaylin is actually learning skills while she's at school, which to be honest is very believable. I don't know why The Sims didn't include this in the first place, or at least a small skill gain, because most, you know, what is the point in going to school if you don't learn anything? You know, it's literally the main point of going to school, and at least our Sims can now actually get a benefit from going to school. Instead of just they turn up, they get a grade, and that is all. My final and most favorite feature of this mod. But just one other thing, you can see that during their free time the children work together to get a head start on their homework. That's also a feature of the mod. Kaylin's already done 50% of her homework, which is very useful. So while she was at school, she finished some of her homework off for the next day. But my main feature that I wanted to include is when you have Sims go over on their homework, you can actually now work on specific skills. So for example, if you're doing a 100 baby challenge or a not so berry challenge, or you're just playing The Sims and you want your child or teenage sim to develop a particular skill, you can actually do that using their homework. So for example, Kaylin might be feeling really creative, so we can have her go and practice her vocabulary, which will increase her creativity skill but also complete her homework at the same time. So it's almost like you're telling them to do specific tasks of their homework and it will improve their skills, which is very useful. So you can see she's now building her creativity skill just here, and also she's getting her homework done. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, so we're going to move on to our second mod, which is the SNB Bills mod. First of all, we go into our Sims phone, and as you can see, we've got the show bills information, which is exactly the same as the normal game. And this gives us the ability to pay our property taxes, which aren't normally in the game, pay our utility bills, which is to cover the electricity, your internet, everything like that. that. So first of all, when you move into a house, there's going to be no lights. You're not going to be able to use the toilet. There's going to be no sewage. There's going to be no electricity, anything like that. So you will have to go ahead and apply one of these depending on what you want. For example, if you don't want your sim to have access to a cell phone or basic internet, so for example, you're doing a more of like an off the grid lot, but it's not actually off the grid where you're making your own water. It's off the grid where you just don't want them to use the technology, you know? So you could go ahead and buy them just the basic welcome home package, or you can go ahead and upgrade them to the premium welcome home package. And each month you will have to go ahead and pay your utility bills. And as you can see, you can pay everything individually. So it's your power bill, your water bill, your cable TV, everything like that. Or you can just choose to pay everything all at once, which is perfect. And the main feature of this mod that I personally really love is these options just here. So you can apply for a well fund for families, which is pretty much benefits for your sim if they are, you know, in a low income household. So you have to have a residential lot that is less than 40,000 Somalians or rent that's below 800. You can't own a business. You have to be unemployed, part-time employed, or full-time, but making less than 1,050 Somalians a week. This will make it so that they send you money when your bills are owed so that they can sort of top up your bills, almost like a benefit. Now, one of the other things is alimony. Okay, so one of the features that you can apply for is an alimony, which is where the person you've divorced will then pay you a certain amount of money. Now, this only works if the person paying makes 1.5 times more money than your sim. So you can apply for this and have them send you money. So for example, if you're married to a really rich guy and then you guys got divorced, you can actually apply for an alimony, which is where he will have to pay you every single month because you had a very rich lifestyle before. He has to upkeep your lifestyle by paying you a monthly amount, which actually happens in real life, believe it or not. You can apply for child support if you are looking after your child and, for example, your ex-husband does not have the child, then you can apply for child support and the child support will come into your bank account and cover the cost of the child. It won't be, you know, a ridiculous amount. You also have to have certain criteria to apply for child support. For example, you have to be earning less money than the partner that you've than the partner that's not looking after the child. So for example, you're earning 400 Somalians a week, they're earning 500 Somalians a week. They will have to give you money for child support because you have the child and they need to pay up for the child. But these features are really, really good. It's like a really extensive breakdown of the bill system in the game. It adds a lot more realistic features and also just generally makes the game harder, which I love a challenge. I love a struggle. You guys know how I feel. I don't want to play an easy game. It's not fun that way. And if you guys are the same, then go ahead and get your hands on that mod because it is a really, really good one. Okay, so next up, we're going to move on to mod number 3, which is the family and youth activities. So what this is, it's a rabbit hole mod where you can have your sims go off and do a bunch of different things as a family or, you know, separately, whatever it is. So we're going to go on the little travel icon just here. And as you can see, she has some youth activities. So I can go ahead and click on here and we can send her to the arcade, a gymnastics class, a study group, which is where they'll meet other students and even do their homework, coding class. These will all improve their different skills. So I think we're going to have Kaylin go off to a study group and then maybe she'll come back with her homework already done. If we go on our family activities, again, it's in the travel section. Go ahead and click on that. We could invite multiple people, but we're just going to send Raina off by herself. We go ahead and click on that and we can have her turn up to a bunch of different places. And I'm thinking we will have her go... Let's have her go to the beach, you know? Why didn't she have a nice little beach day just by herself, let her go chill? And it's also just told us that Kaylin has just got back from her youth activity. She has finished her homework, which is great. And she also has a moodlet down here as well, which means homework complete. It feels great to only have reading left over and be done with everything else. So she's got a little moodlet from where she was out and she enjoyed herself. Okay, so Raina just got back and she has also brought back a tulip shell. So as I said, they can bring back things with them. And it's also let me know that she's just got home. And she actually got the angry moodlet waterlogged. Water in the eyes, up the nose, in the mouth. Raina was trying not to get her hair wet. The nerve of some people splashing around like a hippo on its birthday. But as you can see, that is a really, really cool mod to have your sims go off and do like rabbit hole activities. You can actually send multiple sims at once. You can also have, you know, Kaylin go off and do things by herself. It can get your sims out of your hair for a little while. Whilst you want to concentrate on some other sims, maybe build their skills or whatever it is, your sims can go off and do their own thing, which is great. Because sometimes you just want to call it quits and leave them alone, you know? know. We're going to go ahead and move on to mod number 4, which is the Career Overhaul Suite by Kato. So this mod is quite broad in the sense of it. It makes it so that your careers are harder to progress in. So most of the time, your Sims will get to level 10 of their career every single time. You know, like your Sims will level up in careers really quickly. Normally, your Sim has like one skill that they'll need to increase to like level 5 or something, and that'll be it. This makes it so that your Sims have to increase multiple skills and have to get up really high. Whilst as a senior manager at work, she needs to level up her charisma skill, level up her logic skill, and level up her research and debate skill. She also has to fill out reports as well. This also changes the daily tasks that your Sims will have to do. So it will change your daily tasks every single day that you go to work. It's like sometimes, you know, you'll come back with a different daily task. It won't always be the same thing. So it makes careers not as repetitive. It's also lowered the cost of careers because a lot of the time Sims earn so much money while they were going to work. Your Sim would come back with like 5 or 6 grand and it just wasn't realistic at all. This makes it so that your Sims earn more of a realistic pay. It's also balanced out the pays. So for example, an astronaut would earn a lot more money versus somebody that's working in a coffee shop. You know, it also depends on what level they are in the career, but mainly if somebody's in that career, they're going to be earning more money than somebody that's working with a lesser skilled job, should we say. You know, like an astronaut, you have to be quite skilled to go into, and the more skills you earn, you know, the more money you're going to get paid as you go up. So as you can see, Raina is currently at level 9 of the career, and she has to max her logic skill, get level 8 in research and debate skill, and get to level 7 of the mischief skill in order to be a corporate raider. So this wouldn't normally be included in the game. You wouldn't normally need to do all of this just to get to level 9 or level 8 of the career. And one of the main things is also your Sims going into careers with a degree. So, okay, so let's award Alec a specific degree. We're going to go for just a normal diploma, and we're going to give him a culinary arts diploma. We can have him go ahead and get a sign-in bonus for being a chef, considering he has a culinary degree, and he is being hired as the head caterer with 63 simoleons. So if we go ahead and have a look, he's been hired at level 6. So because he just has a standard degree without any honors or anything like that, he's been put into his job at level 6. If he, for example, in his degree ended up coming out with a D or a C or, you know, a really low grade, he might even be placed lower than level 6. Yeah, this one is a really, really great one. Makes the career system in The Sims 4 a lot harder and a lot more fun to play around with. So I hope you guys go ahead and download this one because it's a really, really fun one to play with. But we're going to go ahead and move on to mod number 5. So mod number 5 is the School Milestones add-on. Kaylin can actually go to a school dance. Now, these tickets are only available to purchase through Thursday to Saturday. So we are going to have to wait until Thursday to buy that. But some other things that you can do, specifically, children can only attend school dances. So obviously we're going to buy her a ticket and I'm going to show you guys about that later. Teens can actually go to prom. So they can purchase a prom ticket and go to a prom. They'll get a prompt and they'll go off to prom. It'll be a rabbit hole, but they will come back with moodlets. They'll come back with different information, things like that. One of the other features is the parent-teacher conference, which our parents can do. And she can sign up for a teacher conference, for a parent-teacher conference, but it's only available Monday to Friday between 4 and 8. So we are gonna, oh, did we just miss it? Oh, we really did. We're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to be able to sign up for the teacher conference, which is quite cool. And the very last feature is the school picture day, which is where your Sims get a notification for picture day. Hopefully your Sims look their best. This is for children and for teens, but this isn't one that you actually have to be directed for. This will be a pop-up that happens whilst your Sims are at school. So this one you can't really have any control over, but the others, they depend on, you know, whether you go and actually purchase a ticket. They are going to cost money for your Sims to go after their graduation, their prom, or their school dance. Okay, so it's now the next day and it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which should mean we can have Malik go and sign up for a parent-teacher conference for Kaylin to find out how she's doing at school. Okay, so we've gone ahead and have him sign up and we've just got a call to say it's time for your teacher-parent conference. So that literally came through like 20 minutes after he's gone ahead and applied for his appointment. Okay, so they just got back and they just got information about Kaylin, and it says that she got a stellar report. Malik was impressed with the teacher and the coursework and is glad his child seems to be learning a lot. And for Raina, she got the word in edgewise, and she got the concerned moodlet. Raina wasn't impressed with her child's teacher. While the curriculum looks impressive, their pedagogy left something to be desired. Also, there wasn't enough praise for their child. So as you can see, each of the guys came back with a different moodlet. It wasn't the same for both of them. Both of them had a different view on how the teacher parents conference went. We are going to go ahead and move on to mod number 5, which is the venue memberships and lot fees. So first of all, you need to go into your lots and actually apply a lot trait that comes with the mod. So if we go into our lot trait, as you can see, there is now the option right at the very bottom to add a venue fees. So on lots with this trait, Sims will have to pay admission fees. The admission fees are discounted if the Sim is a member, a toddler, a child, or a university student. One of the things I love about this mod is it works really, really well for rags to riches gameplay and things like that. Because most of the times your Sim would just get away with going to the gym for free, using their showers, using their workout equipment, using the benches in there, letting them go to sleep. Whereas now your Sims that are doing the rags to riches challenge are going to be a lot less inclined to go to a gym as would a homeless person in real life, because you can't just turn up to a gym and just go straight in. You know, you can't just walk straight into a gym. You have to pay to get into the gym, and there's a reason. We're gonna have Raina go. Now she doesn't actually have a membership right now, but we're gonna have her go without a membership and see how much she's charged. She has £37,000 in her household inventory right now. Okay, so we have just arrived, and as you can see, we now have 36,840, which means that we was just charged 160. Is that right? Hopefully that's right. We were just charged 160 Somalians to come to the gym. And this time we're going to have her purchase a gym membership and come back to the gym and see how much she's charged when she has a membership for the gym. And in here, we've got the option for venue memberships. So as you can see, we've got an all-you-can-bowl pass. So that's for bowling alleys, which you actually get a lot trait for that you can apply. An art discount, so benefits off 40% off admission. Cinema, a gym membership, which is 150 simoleons. A health pass, which includes the gym, spa, and the onsen privileges. Just a pool pass or just a spa. So I'm going to have her go and just purchase a gym membership, which is 150 simoleons. Let's go ahead and round the household funds to a nice even 37,000 so we can see the drop again. We've just arrived and we was charged 145 simoleons, which is less than the original cost without the membership. So that is pretty interesting. So yeah, so we was actually charged less for coming to the gym when we had a membership. So this mod is pretty simple, but it is a really, really fun one to play around with. And I think it definitely makes the game a lot more realistic, because it makes sense that you have to be charged for going to venues. It doesn't make sense that you could just walk into a gym without paying. And it also makes it a little bit more difficult for you to play through your challenges. Personally, I'm an avid Sims challenge player, so I love a good hard mod like this one. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and move on to mod number 7, which is simulation is not free. Now, this mod covers a few different things, particularly daycare is now not free. It will now extract 100 simoleons from your household funds when your Sims go off to daycare. Another one is your after-school activities. They now cost 200 simoleons. City living invites now cost 75 simoleons. And giving birth at the hospital also now costs 1,000 simoleons as well. As well as that, if you have your Sim go on vacation, they also now have to pay 100 simoleons per person. First of all, we're going to sign up for an article activity and see if it actually extracts 200 simoleons. And we're also going to go have Raina give birth and see if we actually pay the 1,000 simoleons. So first things first, we're going to have Kaylin sign up for an after-school activity. Now, this only applies to Drama and Scouts, which are the 2 in-game after-school activities. So Drama Club, which is the official in-game one. Now, we have 36,875 simoleons. I should have rounded it off, honestly, but just remember that. And yep, just as it says, 200 simoleons was just deducted from our funds, which means that we just had to pay 200 simoleons to sign Kaylin up to drama class. So if she doesn't enjoy drama class, she better start enjoying it, okay? Because we just paid for that. That's exactly how my mom would have been. Okay, pregnancy phase. Let's go ahead and put Raina in labor. Look at her. Damn, that was the quickest pregnancy you've ever seen in your life. Girl is ready to give birth. We are going to go ahead and reset our simoleons back to 37,000, and it should cost 1,000 simoleons. So we should drop to 36,000 simoleons when we go to the hospital to have a baby. So I am going to go ahead and click have a baby at the hospital. We are going to join and have Malik go with her. Okay, so we have a baby girl. Let's go ahead and name her Grace. And yep, just as you can see, she has now been charged 1,000 simoleons for giving birth at the hospital. Simulation is not free, and it certainly is not right now. So girl just paid 1,000 simoleons to have this baby, just as she would have had to in real life. Okay, so next up is mod number 8, which is Lumpio's First Impressions mod. Now, this is particularly one of my favorite mods. Also, just to let you know, I have the no time decay version. As you will see when you go ahead and download them, you will see that there's a non-time decay version. Particularly when you meet anybody new, your sim is now going to get a first impressions based on that person. So if I could just find somebody running around Sulani at 12 o'clock, that would be amazing right now. Let me just go for a quick scan. I'm sure there's somebody. Now, if we go over here and we click open sim profile, Raina's first impression of this guy is that he's responsible. This sim appears to be a very responsible person, capable of taking care of stuff and willing to care for others. So she got a really good impression about him, but his impression of her wasn't so good. He actually got the impression of dislike, which means that he finds her rather pretentious. That's just great. So he has a sentiment of dislike and she has a sentiment of appreciation. So both of those may grant different effects on their, on their relationship. So if she tries talking to him, she may be a lot more accepting of his interactions with her. He may be less accepting of her interactions because he doesn't have a good first impression of her. He feels like she's pretentious. He's less likely to accept her, her relationship advances. But that is pretty much it. Obviously, each sim will give a different first impression based on each sim, and they also depend on their traits as well. So if your sim is likely to have better traits, they'll have like the responsible or friendly, or your sim might also end up having a crush on somebody. Your sim can randomly get a crush on a sim that they meet as well, which is really, really cool. But there's a bunch of different sentiments, but you will have to go ahead and play around with this mod to get a bunch of different sentiments and to see all the other ones. But we are going to go ahead and move on to our 9th mod. And our 9th mod is definitely a new one. It's called the personality mod. Now, this is a mod that is very, very similar to The Sims 2. If you guys remember, your sim had certain wishes and certain fears. So your sim would have things that they would really want to come true, and your sim would get reward points for those. Your sim would also have fears. So, for example, their fear might have been that their partner would have died and they would have had a bad emotional effect from that, or it would have been that they really wanted to have a baby, or they really wanted to have a baby girl, or whatever so it's actually in your reward store. So you go ahead and click just here, and these are actually free. So there's a bunch of different ones that comes with this. You've got the family sims, which they long to be a part of a big happy family. They want quality time with family members. They, if you keep them overflowing with familial bliss, they will live long and fruitful lives. If your sim is a fortune sim, they will crave money. They'll also need all of these things, such as rising to the top of their careers. You also have a knowledge sim, which are sims that want to know everything about everything. Their lives are a simple equation. The more knowledge, the longer and brainier the life. You've got a pleasure sim, which are sims that just want to go on wild nights out, cozy nights in. They want to do a bunch of cool stuff and pursue the whims of the moment, as these sims can change their taste on a dime as they travel on their path to the ultimate life of luxury. You have a popularity sim, which they desire to have flocks of friends, killer parties, and their lives will be full with every friend, fair weather or not, and allow them to live long and famous lives. And you've also got romance sims, who crave lots of loving with many different sims as they can find. And if you fill their lives with hot and steamy nights and lust-filled days, it will keep their lives long and exciting. So if we go ahead and apply one of these to... Let's go ahead and apply one of these to Raina. We will go ahead and give her the romance sim option. So the main thing that this does is actually adds different whims based on what type of sim you've chosen. So here are some of the examples of the whims that you might get depending on what type of sim you've got. So if you're a family sim, you may get the whim to watch a movie with the family. If you're a popularity sim, you may want to make friends with your landlord. If you're a romance sim, you might want to make out in the closet. If you're a fortune sim, you might want to apply for a scholarship to university. So these also include a lot of different packs in them as well. This mod includes 40 new whims, each associated with the 6 rewards. And each of these whims will only turn up in a sim that has certain traits or skills, so they won't even be random. So depending on if your sim has got specific skills, they will only get these specific whims. So that's a new one that she's got from being a romance sim. She wants to join the style influencer career. So the style influencer career makes sense with being a romance sim because you want to be attractive to other people. You know, you probably are a bit of a style influencer. If you are a romance sim, you're trying to romance people up, trying to look cute. That definitely makes sense. So there is one of the whims that Raina's Raina's got specifically because she's a romance sim. She also wants to schedule a date because she's a romance sim as well. That's another new whim. And yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of new whims that you get with this mod, and it basically makes it so that each sim is a little bit more individual based on what you want them to do. So it's not just the same things, the traits, the lifetime aspiration, it's exactly the same every single time. Your sim actually gets to choose their personality type, and they'll get different whims based on that different personality type. And for example, they'll get the want to have a baby. So there's actually going to be a reason that your sim will want to have a baby, similar to The Sims 2, which is why I hate to say it, but The Sims 2 is definitely superior in terms of gameplay. But we are going to go ahead and move on to mod number 10, which is our final mod. Okay, so now we are moving on to our 10th and final mod, which is the Woohoo Wellness and Pregnancy Overhaul by Lumpio. I think it's Lumpio or Lumpino. This mod is absolutely huge. There are so many different modules and so many different features that are included in this mod that I physically wouldn't be able to cover them all and actually fit this into a decently sized video without it being like over an hour's worth of time, because realistically you could spend a whole hour talking about this mod because it's got so many different features. So I'm going to show you some of my personal favorite features that I prefer to use or that I like using with this mod, and you can get an idea. You can obviously go to the website and also read about them, but you can see we've got pregnancy preferences and interactions, pregnancy risk, Woohoo transmissible diseases, you got paternity test, teen pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies, cheating and being unfaithful, alternative pregnancies such as artificial inseminations and surrogacy. You've also got an adoption module, and some upcoming things that are coming to the mod soon are breakup, makeup and everything in between, co-parenting too. We've also got termination of pregnancy, pregnancy side effects, and also romantic trust as well. There's so many different things, miscarriages and birth complications, Woohoo drive, autonomy, everything autonomous. You can see that there's so many different things in this mod that are going to be coming up in the future and that are also already implemented. This is like the best mod. If somebody asked me on my stream the other day if I had to have a mod in my game, what one would it be? You can only pick one mod out of the whole entire game, and realistically it probably would be this one. For gameplay, I would definitely choose this one because I could not live without it now that I've played with it. Okay, so we're going to test out the unwanted pregnancy section of this mod. So for one, you will go to the pregnancy and family, and you can see a defined preference regarding having children. So if you've got a specific sim that you feel like would want a child, you can go ahead and set that up. You can also set a sim up to not want a child. You can make them neutral, and you can also let fate decide. So this, your sim will randomly change depending on their mood, depending on where they are in their life, will depend on what they want, or where, if they change with having a baby. But I'm gonna go and set Malik to does not want a child right now. Okay, so she currently doesn't know that she's pregnant because she isn't showing, but I'm gonna cheat it so that she's currently in her first trimester of her pregnancy. So she now officially knows that she's pregnant, and for her, she has a really happy moodlet. As you can see from Unprotected Woohoo, it's thrilling to discover a life growing inside of you. So she's super happy about being pregnant. But if we come over to Malik over here, and I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of sad moodlets that he's got. So currently he's in a confident mood. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and have Raina go over to Malik. And in the pregnancy and family section, we can actually come over here and share big news. Because she has just found out that she is pregnant, does not want children. As you can see over here, he does not want a child right now. And if it were to happen, they would take it badly. So Raina is going to go over to Malik and tell him that they're going to be expecting a child. I love it how she's going to do it whilst he's in the water. Is he going to drown? And as you can see, he's not taking it very well at all. He's basically crying. And now she's crying. Well, this is just going terribly, isn't it? And their relationship has just gone down as well. So that was just terrible. Now, if we go ahead and look at the emotions, both of the guys have got completely different emotions. One is Malik's. He is feeling tense from dismayed after learning that a baby is on the way. So he's not happy about it. She has this really sad moodlet of how can they not be happy. Raina's partner reacted very poorly to the news of Raina's pregnancy, and it's devastating. Raina is so happy about this baby, but her partner does not want it. So Malik doesn't want the baby, but Raina does. So you can actually click on Malik because he doesn't want the baby, and he's got a few different interactions. One of them is actually to share the worries about the pregnancy. So he can go over here, share his worries about the pregnancy, and tell her why, you know, he's worried that this pregnancy isn't going to work out. Discuss the hopelessness of a future with the baby. What is going on down there? I do not know. So we can have him go and discuss the hopelessness of having a baby with, or the future of their, you know, the future of their relationship. And we can also bemoan for not having used birth control. So we can actually complain to her and tell her it's her fault for getting pregnant. This is her fault, we're upset because she didn't use birth control, which is obviously all things that, you know, you don't really want to say to your partner when you've just found out they're pregnant, but hey, we're gonna go do it and see what interactions we're getting. And as you can see, it's actually affecting their relationship quite badly. Their relationship is going down, and he's got some moodlets himself. So for one of them, it's not dealing well from discussing sad pregnancy. To lament together, it does not really solve anything, but it makes you feel less alone. And for Raina, she now has another bad moodlet, which says don't say it, from hearing pregnancy complaints. It hurts Raina to hear her partner complain about the pregnancy when she is happy about it herself. So as you can see, they've got very different moodlets, and this adds for a whole lot of storytelling in a realistic gameplay, let me tell you that for sure. So I've just sent Malik off to go and buy something for the upcoming baby, which is actually going to cost 40 simoleons, which is also featured with the mod. And he has come back with buying something from the baby. Malik doesn't want this baby, but is trying to act like someone who would want it, hoping it may help, and he now has an inspired moodlet. Okay, so that's just some of the features that come with the pregnancy system of this mod, but I want to cover a few different things with this mod as well, maybe something else. So I think we'll cover like the cheating and relationship section of this mod. Why don't we have one of these guys go and hook up with somebody in Sulani? How about this guy? Let's have Raina and Storm go ahead and meet each other, and I'm going to have these guys have an affair. Obviously, Raina is currently married to Malik. Okay, so these guys are just in the middle of having their first kiss, while she is also in the middle of cheating on her husband, who currently does not see that they have just kissed, thank God. Oh wait, no, never mind, he did absolutely just see it. He definitely saw it. So he's obviously got the jealousy moodlet, which says, caught the love of his life flirting with another. Are they joking around or losing interest? Now, Raina can now come over to Malik, and in the relationship wellness section, he can apologize for flirting with another. She can promise not to flirt with others again. She can confess to having kissed somebody, confess to loving somebody, and also ask about protection. So why don't we go over there and we'll apologize for flirting with Malik. And Malik's also got some interactions of his own as well. So in his section of the relationship wellness, he can threaten to break up. He can refuse to forgive her flirting, can ask if more than flirting happened, can confront about flirting with others, so if he didn't actually see it but he thinks, or if he did see it but they didn't see him. And he can also express a suspicious closeness with somebody. After Raina just got caught cheating, she got the moodlet that Raina has been caught cheating and she now needs to explain things to her partner. Malik is going to go and relationship wellness. He is going to threaten to break up with Raina because he just caught her kissing another man's, and that just is not right, is it, Raina? So let's go. And she now has another moodlet to straighten up your acts. So Raina needs to make an effort if she wants a relationship to go back to normal. To avoid any more trouble and perhaps a breakup, she had better stop romantically engaging with other Sims or do it more secretly. Enraged by Raina kissing another. Malik is enraged at Raina for kissing another Sim right under his eyes. So he's actually gained a sentiment from the mod as well. So there's a lot of really, really cool things with this mod, as you guys can see. As I mentioned before, I physically cannot cover everything. There is too many things in this mod to cover. I would literally be here for ages. The video is probably way too long already with all the features that I've included. So sorry if any of the features seem like they were a bit cut off, because I need to make the video at least like a watchable length of time. But I am going to go ahead and end the video off here, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, there's going to be another top 10 mods for next month as well. So make sure to look out for that if you want any more mods. But I am going to go ahead and end the episode off here, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, if you are new, I'd really, really appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe and ding the little notification bell next to it, and you'll get notified every single time I upload, which means you'll never miss one of my uploads. And also remember to go ahead and leave a like on the video and share it with your friends. And I will speak to you all in my very next video, and I love you all. Bye, guys.